Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 17th. That makes it Fed Day, boys. Fed Day, Fed Day, Fed Day. We've been waiting for this day for, I feel like, months now. It's finally here. We're going to get into what we expect to happen the next 2 days. But how is everyone doing today?
Good morning.
Doing good. We're doing excellent. Fed Day. I wish I could say Fed Day Friday, but it's not.
Not Fed Day Friday, Fed Day Tuesday, Fed Day Wednesday, not Fed Day Friday.
It's all right. It just flows a little better.
Sorry to break it to you.
It's all good. I think this is a big day here for our industry and business. We could get into what we think what's going to happen and what we think already has happened, but this is the day we have been waiting for.
Yeah, I think a lot of buyers have sat here on the fence waiting for a giant drop of rates the next 2 days. We don't think that's going to happen. We might have a slight moving in rates, but so far this week, late last week, moving into the meeting, haven't seen anything too crazy. So we'll see the next 2 days, but I think we've already had a nice drop in rates. For anyone that's kind of been sleeping under a rock, rates probably peaked about 7.5, I would say. I would say, right now today, you got a lot of buyers locking in rates in the high 5s, low 6s. So I remember when rates were 7.5 and they said, Anth, if rates just got to the 5s, you'll have X amount million more buyers into the market. Well, you better get ready. You better charge that phone, Anthony LaPera, because we got millions of buyers coming back in the market because those rates are here. If you've been sitting on the fence, you got to get into the home buying market now before they drop even more, but then the market blows up with buyers.
Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it for months, man. The more buyers that come in, the more ability for multiple offers to happen and to buy when, the payment is affordable, which for many, each one of us have worked with many buyers and provided options and they bought a home. And ultimately, the good thing for them is with multiple offers, it's going to raise appreciation and they're going to have some more equity in their home. But, as far as, the rates over the next 2 days, I think we've already taken, the reduction that we've been seeing. So, now's the time to get locked in.
Yeah, I mean, no one is expecting a giant drop in rates on the mortgage side because we do expect a 0.25% drop. Now, if something happens that's not 0.25%, then you will see a lot of volatility tomorrow. Then you'll see maybe later today some volatility if they start talking about what the market doesn't expect. But you'll see more movement right away on credit cards, HELOCs, auto payments, things like that. Anthony has been, I feel like, preaching that choir for years now, how it works. For the mortgage industry, the market kind of predicts what we expect the Fed to do. And with this dropping of rates already, we're kind of expecting them to stay pat. But also we'll hear the talking tomorrow of what we expect for the future, the rest of the year, and then beginning of 2025, because rates did not do what we were expecting throughout the year, and now we've gotten to the point that they're finally dropping. The fourth quarter, Tom, might be a little bit better than we're used to. We're used to getting ready for those Christmas parties and holiday shopping, but fourth quarter may be buying season this year.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's that would be against a lot of different trends. I'm not saying it can't happen, but with going into this last 3 months of the election cycle and what people are seeing, they're just not gung-ho and thinking about those homes. But I did just come up with this. It was, as we were talking here earlier, I think 2025 is going to be the great move the year of the great move. I think everybody's going to be moving around in 2025. I think it's going to be our biggest year since 2021. I think you should gear up, get all your systems in place over these next few months, because I think everybody's going to want a new house next year.
Well, Tom, I think you're right. I think the rates are finally dropping low enough that the new home buyers are going to come in, and then those buyers that have not been selling, those sellers that could become buyers, now it's like, okay, I had a 2 or 3%. I can do this rate. 7.5 was a little bit much. I can do this rate now. And again, a lot of sellers, they got some equity. They're making money off this sale. So just know that in the transaction, that's still a big part of the transaction, and keep it going through all these crazy times. But Fed meeting today, Fed meeting tomorrow. We should hear by the end of the day tomorrow what the move is. I think across the board, we're all expecting a 0.25% drop. Anyone else thinking anything crazy on the screen? Tom?
I did. I talked to actually one of our mutual friends who does finance, and he was saying yesterday, with where the numbers are and with where the numbers have gone over the last month, he doesn't think there's going to be any drop at all, and he thinks they're going to remain pat where they are, because he thinks if they say, drop in rate, that's saying the economy is going on a downturn bad, which necessarily hasn't been the case with all the numbers and everything like that. Inflation's still up and things of that nature. So I hope he's wrong, but if that does happen where there isn't a drop, we might see rates increase by very little today.
Yeah, I don't actually want that to happen. I don't see any signs of that happening. I'd be very surprised if there was no drop, but
I haven't. Everybody, we're sitting there looking at the panel of college football analysts on making their picks Saturday morning. I would say 1 of the 10 would pick that other thing that I just mentioned. So that's about a 25-point upset of the dog. So yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's like Christmas morning in the mortgage world, Ant. We're just all sitting here waiting to see what's going to happen, because again, remember in what, December, January, we were looking for 4, 5, 6 rate cuts this year. We're middle of September, on the eve of hopefully getting our first one.
Yeah, I mean, if we do, great. I mean, it'd be nice to see some of these other things come down, like credit cards and auto loans, but as well as the home equities. But yeah, I mean, people have been waiting for the Fed and predicting they're going to possibly, drop the federal funds rate, for 2 years now, and it hasn't happened. So it would be nice to see a little bit of movement on the positive. I think that'll certainly help. Yeah. So we got to wait. Place the bets. Let's go.
All right, boys. Well,
I'll take the bets. Just give me a call.
Have yourself a great Tuesday. And hey, when we talk Friday, we'll know exactly where these rates are heading, and we'll be able to prepare for the fourth quarter. So see you guys then, and have a great
week. Later.
See you guys.